What's going on, everyone? Today is Thursday, which is 2 days before Proline's By The Fire event. The By The Fire event is held down at Horsemans Park near Apple Valley, California. It's about 7-8 hours from here. So actually planning on leaving tomorrow morning super early because I'm also going to try and make another couple of stops while we're down in LA. In order to go see those places, gonna have to leave tomorrow morning around like 3 or 4 a.m. though, just to try and have enough time while we're down there. The biggest problem is that I really don't know what car I'm going to take or cars. The Honcho is pretty much ready to go, but I'm not sure if that's the one I want to take. I'd rather take the Carnivore with the portal axles under it, but I've got it partially disassembled to try and build some new panels and a handful of other little things about it. So it's just not done. I may be able to get that thing wrapped up tonight though and get it back in running condition, ready to go. And that's the route that I'm going to try and go. The Honcho's good to go. Plug and play, should have no issues. So as a backup plan, if I don't end up having time tonight, I can just throw that one in and head on down the road. I didn't make it to the By The Fire event last year. I heard it was a great event. I did make it to Proline's Monster Truckapalooza last year though, and that was a good time. So looking forward to this event. Hopefully I've got my truck running, the one that I want to take. Otherwise, the Honcho is going to be tons of fun anyway. So no matter what, looks like it's going to be a fun weekend as long as I can get everything put together, packed, and get some sleep before I have to hit the road for that long road trip tomorrow morning. Thank you. This is the current status of the Carnivore. Pretty much disassembled as far as panels go. Just need to bolt tires and wheels on it. I've got the original panels. I can throw those on. I've been working on inner panels. I really need to get the one for the other side done at the very least. I do need to swap out the dig servo, and I've got a new rear fuel cell that I printed up, as well as the new fuel cell lid that needs to get installed. But to get this one out, I have to pull the transmission. So I do need to get it removed from the, this is the Northwest Scale Designs chassis table. So I need to get it removed from here first, try and get some last minute things bolted up, figured out what I'm gonna do. And I need to get my battery box put back in that I removed because I was going to make a new 3D printed style one. So that's the current status of this. We'll see if I can get that done. It's about 7:30 still trying to get some of this done before I kind of start my day here. Got the truck a little bit more disassembled so that I could get in that new rear fuel cell, which is a little lower profile, and the new fuel cell cap. Also, I changed out the servo in the dig. This is just an inexpensive servo I had here. It's from RC Juice. Good amount of power and all that. Just gonna do well for a dig servo, and it's one that I had here. Got the, that's a 3S 3000 pack, kind of what I have been using. I also have some of the A-Main ProTech 3600 high volt lipos that I might use. I need to get another one of these side panels made for the other side. I'm probably going to bolt up the old side panels because the new aluminum skins that I've been working on obviously don't have any, don't have a wrap on them yet. So not sure that that's something I'm going to go with, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens by the end of the day. I need to get the wiring cleaned up, everything bolted back in here, drive shafts back in, but I'll probably do that later today after I get some work done. So here we are. We're a little bit more torn down than I was when I started, but this is that new ESC mount that I was working on, just kind of something to highlight it just for fun. But the Castle ESC mounts underneath there, and it's mounted through the fan mount. The fan's mounted to the heat sink, you know, into the aluminum heatsink, so it's actually super secure. However, I don't have a lot of room underneath of there, so I picked up some low profile bullet connectors from A-Main that's going to allow me to solder to the top of them. So I need to cut the ends, these bullet ends, off of the Holmes Hobbies. This is a 2700 kV Polar Pro. Need to cut those off, put those new lower profile ones on there so that I can get this all wired up. Then I can clean up the wiring, reinstall everything, start getting wiring, you know, really sorted out. I need to get my battery tray back in there. I had removed it to try and work on a different one, but I'm out of time, so I need to just put the old one back in. Hopefully I still have it, otherwise I'm gonna have to make a new one. But that's kind of where we at. Still got a little bit of time before the day really kicks off, so let's get to work. All right, it's the end of the workday. I'm kind of back to working on this thing. I've got the inner fender panels made for both sides. You can see the other one over there. It's filled in now. I've got the wiring back in. I redid the bullet connectors from the actual motor. Those low profile ones that I had got from A-Main were actually too large around the barrel, so they touched each other. That means I had to take the old bullet connectors and put them on again, but at a 90-degree angle. So anyway, I've got the ESC permanently affixed in there. I actually ended up having to put a small spacer between the fan and the shroud itself, but wasn't too bad. I got my wiring kind of just put to the sides, all taped in and affixed, and that's good to go. Got a couple of things just to tighten up and make sure we're good there. Dig servos in, endpoints are programmed. I need to put the battery tray back in on this side. I did find that I kept it though, so that was good news. So I just need to get that put back in place. And I am going to make a new roof panel. So got my blue painter's tape out. I'll tape up this, draw a line around it, trim it, and then I'll transfer that over to some 025 aluminum that I've got left. We'll get that on there. So I think I'm actually gonna run this without the hood this weekend. So I'm actually thinking about making a little panel for the front, but I might just leave it off completely. Just leave it like it is, kind of show what I've got going on there for now. The only other thing I need to do is make a cover for over the other side of the interior. But other than that, this thing's coming along. Those trains always go by right when I want to start filming. Got the rig completely done. It's ready to go for tomorrow's trip. So for those of you who haven't seen this car, I'll do a quick overview on it. This is the Carnivore Chassis built by Kyle over at UC Fab. It's got a copper coating on it, kind of has a copper patina to it. It's a two-step process that just comes out pretty good. I kind of like the overall finish, just gives it something different. This whole truck was built around these new Vanquish portal axles. So that's what you'll see front and rear. Of course, they're raw. These were a prototype set. I do have the overdrive gears in the front to give it a little extra speed. I didn't get a chance to finish the new aluminum panels that I was building for the side, so I put the Lexan panels back on each side. I did make a new aluminum roof panel though. I'm gonna run it without a hood this weekend, just because I haven't got that all finished yet. There's a lot of work left there to do, and I can kind of show what I've got going on here. This is that new 3D printed front underhood setup that I've got. It's printed on a Formlabs Form 2 SLA style printer. It has a cool look, and that's how I actually mount the Mamba X ESC that's tucked back in there. Kind of touched on that earlier today, but it's all in there. Wires are all done, routed up. I've test driven it. I know that it's good. I've got the Holmes SHV 500 V2 servo in there, and it's got a Vanquish discontinued servo armor on it as well. Wheels are Vanquish KMC machetes, and I also have some prototype 1.9 stainless disc brake wheels, or disc brake weights in there in the rear. Those will be up before too long. I made a little battery panel that's just a piece of black painted Lexan, just to kind of hide the electronics and everything going on that side. The driver in this car is from an HPI Apache, the C1 Apache. I don't think these are available anymore. I wish they were. I'd pick up a couple more. I like the size overall. I think it fits in this car pretty decently. In the rear of the car, I've got a little bit of detail stuff going on here. I am running the Incision 90mm scale shocks and the Incision steel universal drive shafts on this. In the rear, I've got a 3D printed radiator here, as well as a 3D printed fuel cell. The side pieces and the bottom of the fuel cell are printed on an FDM style 3D printer, and the top and the radiator are printed on that SLA style Form 2. Overall though, just looking forward to getting this rig back out on the rocks, doing some more running. It's been a while since I've ran it, and I've got it all set back up. So now this is all done. I need to get the rest of my stuff packed up as far as whatever I'm taking, camera gear, radios, chargers and whatnot, and head home and get the rest of my stuff packed. And of course, I'm gonna try and get this video edited. I'll try and shoot and edit a video every day for this Proline event. Looking forward to going down there, hanging out, seeing what's going on. So that's all I got. Let's wrap up the rest of the day. It's just after 8 o'clock. all wrapped up, headed home now, finish up packing, try and edit this video. Get home, get to sleep. I think I have about a 2 a.m. wake up call. I want to be on the road by 3 a.m.